Good morning, Bronzo. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this feed. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Frankie Olivo. Our program focuses on the very important issues that are affecting our local community. We have shed light on injustices and we've allowed for our platform, this mic, to be that of the voice of the people. Now, if this is something you can see yourself supporting, well, we ask that you join the cause. Make sure that you like and follow all of our social media platforms. Currently, right now, this live program is being streamed live on X, formerly known as Twitter, and on Facebook. We could be found under Frankie Olivo. Make sure you follow our personal page on Face. We could be found under Olivo Frankie. But more importantly, if you haven't already, create a Gmail account, go to YouTube, like, follow, and subscribe to our channel titled Frankie Olivo TV. It's free. Currently, right now, we are at the 960 subscriber mark on YouTube. Our goal is to get to 1,000. Remember, I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you for food. Well, depends what you're making. All I ask of my community is something very simple. You want us to continue to cover uh, everything that is happening within our city. We'll gladly do so. All we ask for is something uh, very small in return. Make sure that you subscribe to our social media platforms. As of late, our Facebook page is at risk of being taken down. The powers that be do not want you, the voter, to know the truth. But remember, we will not be silenced. So if you're really about the cause and you want to stand up to corruption and you want to hold our elected leaders and those in leadership positions accountable, well, you know what to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel titled Frankie Olivo TV. Remember, Good Morning Brownsville will come on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., sometimes a little bit after, religiously. So make sure that you subscribe to our social media platforms to tune in. We will not be silenced. And always remember, Brownsville, we are forever grateful to each and every one of you for the time and attention that you provide. Thank you so much for that. How we doing, chat? How we doing? You're back. Oh man. Well, glad to have you on. It's been bittersweet seeing you on as of late, but they always come back. Thank you so much for your time and attention. La Reina. You guys are funny. Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to focus on something very interesting that has been happening as of late. Again, we are 32 days away from the start of early voting here locally. We got very, very important races, but yet there's still many questions in regards to the different candidates and their platforms. Maybe they have disseminated this information to their followers. But if you take a close look at their social medias, I don't see anything. It's very worrisome for candidates to run without us even knowing what their stances are, what their goals and what their platforms is for the future. At the end of the day, these are very important positions that these individuals are asking us to vote them into. Ultimately, they will be the individuals that are going to shape the direction, future of Cameron County. When we talk about Precinct 2, we will be reaching out to the different candidates to see if they would like to come on and tell us what they're all about and why we should vote for them. Um, the main or the big race that we'll be following is the Cameron County judge race. It is going to be a thriller because you have three heavyweight candidates that bring their own unique style and support. Whenever we talk about Eddie Trevino, the incumbent, he has faced challengers before and he has been able to withstand those challenges. Um, Eddie Garza, he has won the district clerk and sheriff races. You're talking about two county races that Eddie Garza has under his belt. The question mark for many people is Steve Guerra. Steve Guerra, the port chairman, did win back in 2018 with 2,700 votes. And many people are asking, is Steve Guerra, does Steve Guerra have enough to beat Eddie Trevino or Eddie Garza in a county race? Today, for today's program, we want to talk about Congressman Vicente Gonzalez. There is this closeness between Steve Guerra and Congressman Gonzalez. We want to pose the question, will Congressman Gonzalez endorse Port Chairman Guerra? And that is how we will start today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in, Brownsville. But first, a word from our sponsor.
I've dedicated my life to public service, but now I see a county that's ready for change. It's time to bring accountability, transparency, and efficiency to how your tax dollars are managed. We can lower taxes and make government work smarter for you. I'm Jonathan Gracia, and I humbly ask for your vote for Cameron County Treasurer, so together we can build a better future.
Whenever we talk about politics and someone puts their name in the ring for any government entity, they always try to demonstrate strength. I think that's very important. I was shocked whenever, not shocked, but that's the first time I'd ever seen a candidate do something the way Mayra Flores had her rollout announcement. When she announced that she was going to be running for District 34 once again, she released a poll. She showed her constituents that she has voter ID, name recognition, that people would consider voting for her compared to her challengers. And she led that poll by 30 points. Along with the poll, she released names of individuals that endorsed her former colleagues in Congress. By doing this, you are showing your potential voters, your constituents, that you mean business, that you are worthy of receiving their vote. If you haven't noticed, politicos, they always want to take pictures. And sometimes we as common folks, we misconstrue. Oh, he took a picture with so-and-so. Oh, she took a picture with so-and-so. That means that they support each other. Yes and no. Sometimes it could be maybe that, these people are friends and without even them telling you, without them taking a picture, that they are going to be in support of each other. They will help gain votes for that particular candidate. Sometimes candidates just want pictures with politicos in office so the outsiders could see that and say, oh, well, they must be aligned in some sort of way. So showing strength when you're running for public office is very important, because who wants to jump into a race and nobody takes you seriously, right? At the end of the day, you want to show. It's like the peacock? The peacock, once it goes to the mate, it opens up its feathers. What is that showing you? Look at me. I'm worthy. Same thing with these politicos. They want to show strength. Will Congressman Vicente Gonzalez endorse Port Chairman Steve Guerra? Steve Guerra is waiting in limbo, and he measures each day by the absence of Congressman Vicente Gonzalez endorsement, so he can eagerly have that under his belt. He has pledged loyalty, ready to support the congressman tirelessly in public and private, yet the silence persists. The sting is starting to feel, because now what we saw as of late was that former Congressman Filemon Vela he's already gotten into the race. He's endorsed incumbent County Judge Eddie Trevino. Many insiders are saying that this will shift momentum in a way that feels both personal and political. Alone in his thoughts, Steve Guerra can't help but wonder whether his association with stolen Mexican oil, huachicol, rumors that he's tried to outpace, is this the unspoken reason for Vicente Gonzalez's hesitation? A quiet judgment hanging in the air that no amount of loyalty can yet dissolve. It's very interesting whenever you talk about politics, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you reach the status of congressman, that is a very, very prestigious office. What have we seen here locally? We have seen how the Democratic Party has dominated this area. Vicente Gonzalez is seeking a third term, while many people believe that whoever comes out, we would dare say that we believe it's going to be Mayra Flores coming out of the Cameron County Republican Party. But according to sources, according to insiders, they say that whoever comes out on top out of the GOP will be the next congressman. There's no question that if you have a congressman on your side, you would be able to possibly gain more votes. Right? Now, who is Filemon Vela? Filemon Vela, and the Vela name is one that is revered, respected here in the city of Brownsville, and it comes with great tradition. His father, Filemon Sr., was a prominent South Texas attorney involved in the civil rights. He was a civil leader, a federal judge with deep roots in Brownsville and the Rio Grande. He established his law practice in 1960s. He was a city commissioner for Brownsville in the early 70s. He served on city commission and was active in municipal governance. As a local attorney, he was deeply involved in the civil rights movement in this region. He represented communities' interests in important legal cases. He was elected as a state judge for Cameron and Willacy County in 1975. Filemon Sr. was appointed by then President Jimmy Carter as the United States District Judge for the Southern District of Texas in 1980, a role he held until 2000, after which he took a senior status until his passing. And the legacy of the Vela name is very prominent here locally. Whenever we talk about individuals such as Reynaldo Garza and Filemon Vela, that is the courthouse. The federal courthouse is named after these honorable men. Filemon Vela even has a middle school named in his honor, which ultimately reflects the impact on education and community that Filemon Sr. had. His wife, Blanca Vela, well, she was Brownsville's first female mayor. in 1999 through 2003. This was a monumental moment for the city of Brownsville. What this did was it further tied the Vela name to civic leadership here in Brownsville. When we talk about the son, Filemon Vela Jr., well, he went to law school. He handled cases of civil rights just like his father, environmental rights, community-based cases. He was elected to the United States House of Representatives in 2012. He represented Brownsville and South Texas in Congress from 2013 until he stepped down in 2022. As a congressman, Filemon Vela Jr. worked on securing federal funds and support for local infrastructure projects in Brownsville, mainly airport improvements, according to the Texas Border Business magazine. The impact that he had in Brownsville through his congressional office was that he brought federal funds and attention to Brownsville's development and infrastructure needs. It maintained strong ties to his hometown here in Brownsville throughout his career. And he emphasized that community advocacy and regional economic growth is something that will always be his priority for our area. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, the Vela name matters to Brownsville. The Vela name is very powerful. It is one, if not the elite family within our city. You had the father who served as a city commissioner, a state and federal judge. He has a federal courthouse and a middle school named after him. Filemon Vela Jr. here on the screen, he continued with his father's legacy as a lawyer. He was United States representatives. He was a congressman. And their mother, and his mother, Senior's wife, was a mayor. Ultimately, what the Vela name stands for is of influence on Brownsville's governance and civic life. It's very important. It's very important to talk about this because whenever people run for public office, they want to have the support of prominent people, people with influence. For Eddie Trevino to have the support of someone such as a former congressman with the last name Vela is very important. Mingo Patty says, I saw an article about Eddie Trevino and his contributions from drug cartel. I did see that as well. I find it funny that people would believe a satire page. If you go through the page, what do they post? Do you know who it is? Do you know who the person behind the page is? What their intentions are? I give face. I have my reputation. Everything that we post is factual. I give you details. Whenever I say that Steve Guerra is alleged to be part of a Huachicol smuggling network, we gave you detailed information. What did this post say? I guess we can look at it if you want to talk about it. Let's do that. Give me 1 second. Let me bring it up. And again, who is behind this page? If you remember, there was a Brownsville News. Brownsville News was a page that focused on posting mugshots. And hey, it's public record, right? They could post the mugshots all they want. But do they bring us Do they bring us breaking news? I would make the argument that they don't. And if you look at how many times they shared it, they themselves shared it 100 times. Why? Because they want maximum exposure. They want people they want the shock factor. Oh my God, look what happened. But are they giving you detailed information? I would make the argument that they are just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. But that's just my opinion. Why do I say this? Because, let me share it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I wasn't going to talk about it, but since you brought it up, let's talk about it. Ah, come on. Okay, let's look for it. Brownsville Valley News. And again, hold on, let me bring it up. I laugh when people are sharing this and taking this at face value. What do they show? Nothing. Where's the evidence? There is none. Look at what they post. And people are believing it and they're eating it up. It's like, really? Look at this. Judge Eddie Trevino has been receiving money from the Gulf Cartel through his political career. Federal investigation shows that convicted Mission drug dealer out of Mission contributed to donate thousands of dollars. Okay, where's the name? This is so bland. And again, if you go to this page, this is a bash Eddie. They're going to talk about Tenasca. And we're going to talk about Tenasca. We're going to talk about other things. And this post has been shared 300 times. A third of it is from this page itself. What they try to do is they try to share the pages to all the Brownsville Pulgas, Brownsville Cells, Brownsville. This is nothing. They're trying to make something out of nothing. And look, I may say something and it's probably going to sound very bad. I would dare say that 2/3 of those people don't vote. Look at the website. Look at what they post. Why don't they have a name? Why don't they have a face? Why not? Look at what they post. Look at their pictures. Mugshots, 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 mugshots. It's a satire Facebook page. Now, anybody could post anything, right? Now you're saying, well, Frankie, why should we believe you? I have my reputation. You have a face. You have my name. I'm putting my name behind it. What are these people doing? Nothing. They're throwing mud at the wall, hoping it sticks. And people are going to believe this? People are going to share it and say, aha, it's true. We have him. Look, I could care less about Eddie Trevino. But an individual who is a county judge who is a lawyer is going to risk it for what? Couple $1,000? I don't think he's that stupid, but that's just me. So did I see this article? Yeah, I saw it. Did I pay attention? No. Again, go through the page. Who posts this? People that are supportive of Steve. And go back. Go through the page. What do they post? Nothing. They don't put their name behind it. Why? Because they have to hide. Simple as that. Now, they're making allegations that that they donated to his campaign, that they fund his campaign. So, is it going to be on the financial reports contribution? Not always, no. But are we so gullible that we're going to believe a profile that we do not know who runs it? We don't know the name of the person. We don't know the background of the person. Here with us, we're going to give it to you the black and the white. We don't care about Steve. We don't care about Eric. We don't care about Eddie Trevino. We care about you, the people. We're going to talk about Steve. We're going to talk about Eric. And we're going to definitely talk about Eddie Trevino. What does this post show? What does this page show? That they're biased. And I hate to say this, but maybe to the people that aren't educated, maybe to the people that are illiterate, maybe to the people that aren't well-informed, maybe to the people that don't even vote, chingo, are eating this alive. If you believe this from a blank profile page that we don't know who it is, again, why did we go after Carlos Elizondo? Because Carlos Elizondo had a fake profile that he was disseminating information. A lot of hate against BISD employees. We give face to my people. You know who throws the rock. If we say that Steve Guerra has ties to questionable people, best believe we wouldn't say that. Why? Because our life could be on the line. My reputation could be on the line. You think it benefits me to talk about these things? To point fingers at Steve Guerra, at Abel Gomez for being a crooked constable, at Steve Putnett, who at the port of Harlingen has the same thing, Huachicol, and him and his wife Lizzie are acting like, oh, everything's okay, and they're donating to politicos, they're buying access. You think it benefits me to talk about Ernesto Gutierrez, whose family is very rich from Monterrey? They fly in private planes, but they're part of a Huachicol smuggling network. You think it benefits me? No, it doesn't benefit me professionally, personally. But you know what? We're willing to stick our neck out there. Why? Because we believe wholeheartedly in the power of information. We want you, the voters, to know. So, are people going to believe a fake profile with no name, with allegations that are aren't substantiated? Now you could say, well, Frankie, where's your evidence? I gave you details. Very detailed information that they can't deny it. So, did I see this? Oh yeah, I saw it. Do I make a big stink out of it? No. You want to know why? Because it's a satire profile. It doesn't have a face. Now, if it was somebody that put their name on there, that put their face on there, okay, then he must have something. but he doesn't. Don't you remember not too long ago they also posted, oh, the marshals, the marshals, the marshals. They're after Eddie Trevino. They're after Eddie Trevino. Are they going just after Eddie Trevino? Their page is Brownsville Valley News. Are they really news or are they targeting somebody? Again, we're going to hit all three candidates on the chin. All of them. Steve, Eric, and Eddie. Why? Because they're running to represent you. So don't get sidetracked by, oh my God, look at this. People, a blank profile, a nameless profile, they could say anything. They don't care about their reputation because nobody knows who they are. But you know who gives you face? I give you face. You know where it's coming from. Steve Putnit, Steve Guerra, Ernesto Gutierrez, Abel Gomez. They know who's talking about them. It's me. I don't know if I have a lot of balls or I'm just stupid. Maybe a little bit of both. But that's my position on that article. Why are people sharing it? You do not know who's behind the page. That's called being biased, something that we're not about. But that's just me. The Vela name is very prominent in the city of Brownsville for the son of a former state federal judge, a former congressman, to give his support to someone such as Eddie Trevino is very impactful. It carries a lot of weight. And look what he says. I know Eddie. I trust Eddie. Those are powerful words coming from a prominent family. So here you have the Vela family, the Vela name, saying, we endorse Eddie Trevino, which is very, very powerful. What about Steve? Steve Guerra has previously been seen out with Congressman Vicente Gonzalez. They formed a bond. Heck, people say that Steve Guerra picks them up at the airport sometimes. Steve Guerra has been at the White House lawn for Easter with his family because of Vicente Gonzalez. Steve Guerra has put his name and asked for people to support Vicente Gonzalez in previous races. Vicente con la gente. Here with Borjon and Steve. People aligned with Congressman Vicente Gonzalez. Look at the shirt that Steve is wearing. He's wearing a Chente shirt. What does that tell you? It tells you a lot. They've been in DC together. They have a very close bond. So here we have Eddie Trevino being endorsed by Vela, a former congressman. Now we ask the question, is Steve Guerra going to get the endorsement of Congressman Vicente Gonzalez? People that have talked to you said, Vicente doesn't care about Steve. Vicente just uses Steve. Yeah, they're friends, but he's not going to go up against Eddie publicly. I think there was, it's funny, the reason why Steve Guerra The reason why Steve Guerra ultimately ran for county judge, well, there's several reasons, right? But um, something happened between Vicente Gonzalez and uh, Eddie Trevino. People say, I don't know how true this is. So, people say that Eddie Trevino told something to Congressman Vicente Gonzalez about Steve. What was that? I don't know. Was he poking fun at him? Was he alleging things to make the congressman question his loyalty, his friendship with Steve Guerra? Something was said from Eddie Trevino to Vicente Gonzalez, and it got back to Steve. It pissed Steve off. And Steve said, I'm going to run against that guy. So, will Steve Guerra get the endorsement of Vicente Gonzalez? We have talked about how Steve Guerra has been linked to huachicol, stolen petroleum from Mexico, that is being sold on both sides of the border. Does a congressman know about this? Does he hear about these rumors? Does he want to be aligned with that? For record purposes, Vicente Gonzalez does have a primary opponent in the Democratic Congressional District 34 race. Etienne Rosas, who, with all due respect, has no chance against Vicente Gonzalez. Vicente Gonzalez has $1 million. He's probably not even going to waste it. He's probably going to wait till after, leading up to November, to spend the money, in my opinion. Etienne Rosas has come out as a far, far left, socialist, some would even argue. Some have stated, you know what? Vicente Gonzalez has an opponent. He's not going to endorse Steve. He's not going to throw his name. Maybe if Steve comes out of the Democratic primary and faces Mauro Garza in November, yes, it is going to be a ticket then. But right now, Vicente Gonzalez doesn't care about any race except for his. He's not going to move for anybody. He's campaigning with Bobby Pulido. Haven't you noticed that? Why isn't he campaigning with Steve Guerra? I wondered that. Shouldn't Steve Guerra be... Well, Vicente Gonzalez was campaigning out of, what was it? Donna? Was it this past weekend? And he's going to... I found it. Nice. And he's going to be campaigning on the 17th in Harlingen. My question is, why isn't Steve Guerra invited? Maybe he will be there, but why isn't Steve Guerra on this pamphlet advertisement? Well, we could argue and say, hey, this is solely a re-election campaign kickoff for Vicente Gonzalez. He's focusing on his race. I wonder if Judge Eddie Trevino is going to show up. That'll be so funny. Hey, at the end of the day, he's the Cameron County judge. And it's in the best interest of the county judge and the local congressman to have a relationship. Is Eddie Trevino going to show up to this event? When is it? On Saturday? What's today? Thursday? On Saturday? I don't know. Will Steve show up to this event? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who does. Hey, is it common for people running for office to go to other parties? Yes, it's very common. It's more common than we think. But many people are asking, why isn't Vicente Gonzalez showing or reciprocating the support that Steve Guerra has given him throughout the years? You would think that Steve Guerra would at least have gotten a, hey man, you supported me, I'm going to support you. Right? Will Steve Guerra show up to this event? Will Eddie Trevino show up to his event? We've talked about how close they are. How weird is it going to be for Vicente Gonzalez and Eddie Trevino? Eddie Trevino knows, well, I'm sure he knows that Chente is rooting for Steve. Why hasn't Congressman Gonzalez endorsed Steve Guerra if Steve Guerra has gone all out for him? Does he know about the huachicol? Does he care? I don't know. Just something to think about. Again, Eddie Trevino has received the endorsement of Filemon Vela Jr. The Vela name is a very prominent one in the city of Brownsville, the elite of elite. Steve Guerra has openly endorsed, supported Vicente Gonzalez throughout the years. Is Vicente Gonzalez going to endorse Steve Guerra? Or is Vicente Gonzalez going to stay back and say, hey, you're a man, you're a big boy, duke it out. Good luck. As they say, it's never a dull day in Cameron County politics. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel titled Frankie Olivo TV. Best believe we'll come on Monday through Friday religiously. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. Happy Thursday. See you here tomorrow at 9:30. My name is Frankie Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. Peace.